Hello, welcome to TMSM live on location from Old Town in Kissimmee. Please welcome John Saccheri, Michele Atwood, and Cindy Simmons.
Thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. This is our second month of doing the Main Street Mouse live on location. If you cannot figure out, our theme today is a little Christmas holiday theme. Halloween. He's a little so we're going to be here for just a little while, and then at the end we're going to have some questions and answers. So get right now your thinking caps on of what you might want to answer at the end. You can type it in, and then Scott is going to let us know, and we'll take your questions at the end of the show. So we want to get right in and talk about all of the holidays at Walt Disney World, starting with something we all just went to recently at Epcot, which was kind of exciting because it hasn't even started yet. We got a little preview of the Epcot Festival of the Holidays that starts November 29th through December 30th. John, I want to start with you because we were all there and we were snuggling and fun. But what was your favorite thing? Because we have lots to talk about at Epcot.
They would think I would say food, but there was really good things that they showed us. But no, I think I did like the Living with the Land overlay, and especially because we usually hear rumors from everybody beforehand. And for that, did you have any idea that was happening?
None. It was a total surprise. Living with the Land, merry and bright nights. And they do this with some of the attractions in the different parks, but this was the first time. We didn't hear anything about it. We get there and we find out, oh my goodness, they're going to do a holiday overlay at Living with the Land, and we're going to go ride it and check it out.
It never happens that not even a cast member friend says, hey, we were putting lights on the vegetables.
So that was your favorite. Michele, what was yours?
Oh gosh, well, the merchandise. I can't help it that merchandise is like one of my favorite things, to the dismay of my husband, because like whenever they put up about merchandise, people always, I always say, oh, I'm in trouble, because it's always so good. And Disney holiday merchandise as a whole this year has been so good. So, but yeah, the merchandise, I like how they have a spirit jersey for Festival of the Holidays.
Yeah.
I don't eat pork, I don't eat seafood, I don't eat,
You don't eat bacon?
I don't turkey bacon. I just, certain things I don't eat.
It's more for us, John.
But like but you could get the potato pancakes, lackeys, whatever you want, with just like a drizzle of sour cream on it. Like you can find things at the festival that even if you are a picky eater, you're gonna be okay and you'll find something. But if you have a fancy palate to where you want to try more adventurous foods, then you're good there too.
Yeah, and it's easy for them to take stuff away. I don't know about adding, but let's say it comes with 3 different things, you can take one of those things.
Right, we did that. And also too with the drinks, I love that they have all of the holiday beverages and that they come with alcohol if that's your preference, and without alcohol, which was great. So I brought my 14-year-old daughter, and we obviously got them without alcohol, and they were delicious, like the shake, the peppermint shake, super good, and the eggnog, but we loved everything without alcohol, so I want to eat and
I didn't
drink
want to like
all
the
things.
peppermint shake, but after the 3rd one, it was
It actually is really good, and I usually will try the spiked version. I won't lie, but after just coming off not feeling well, I chose the non-alcoholic version, and it really was almost reminded me of like almost a Frosty from Wendy's that had peppermint sprinkle on the top.
So
it was
good.
really, really good.
It was super good. Let's talk about Living with the Land for a minute, because that for me it's always one of my favorite attractions at Epcot. Like it's kind of like an underrated, it's almost like it's a secret club. Sometimes I feel like, oh, we want to go on Test Track or Soarin', and those are all wonderful attractions. But I feel like Living with the Land for me is kind of like my personal, like, let's go, it's so peaceful and it's cool in here and it smells good. So I love that they did the overlay with the merry and bright nights, because it was fun even going through where all the fish are, like the fish are decorated, and then you're going through tunnels, and then there's super fun Christmas lights.
That could be taken a lot of different ways. The fish are decorated.
They have
I wish the fish were
little
literally
Santa has the
decorated.
mini ears on. Where they keep the fish tanks are decorated.
I just think, I had so many images.
I think little like skirts like Mrs. Claus with like the white around the bottom would be
Yes.
really cute on the fish.
I do agree that that's one of the last kind of educational
Yeah,
rides.
like it feels very old school Epcot.
It is old
It is,
school
it
Epcot.
is, yeah.
And I think that that's why people like that because, you know, when they do something like that, it could go either way.
Yeah.
People say, well, why use an old attraction to, you know, jazz it up for Christmas? Or, you know, I mean, I think people are still longing to keep that classic Epcot. And it's great, all the wonderful things that are coming, but it's nice to put a little spin on something that's a classic too.
That's why the Epcot merchandise that has like the old school logo and the colors, like the rainbow colors, like I love that so much. It's like, oh, it's
And it's
nostalgic.
really popular. Now they have that logo on all the construction walls, which I
love.
love. They're all decorated too.
All right, let's take a trip from Epcot and hop over to another park at Magic Kingdom for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which is one of my favorite. And I was so bummed because last year when I went, I was super sick. So when we went this year, I was like, yay, I'm not sick, I'm gonna eat everything. Michele, non-sweet wise, what is one of your favorite things at Mickey's Very Merry?
Non-sweet wise, so can I go for the salt?
Yeah, I mean like, yeah. Because sweet seems like that's the first thing we want to go to.
Okay, so I have to always make it a point to go over to Tortuga Tavern because you can get hot pretzels in the shape of a snowman at Tortuga.
Okay.
So if you don't want cookies or chocolate, you can go get a hot pretzel. And it's an actually really good hot pretzel. It's just the same quality as like the Mickey pretzels that you get. But the only we keep it real. I will say the only.
I was disappointed too.
Yeah, he knows what I'm gonna say.
And that's
The snow cones we didn't get.
We didn't get the snow cones. They canceled. We used to get blueberry snow cone slushies, and then this year with your pretzel, they gave you like warm grape soda.
I thought that, so I didn't know about the snow coney thing, but yeah, I'm just not a grape anything fan. So the grape soda for me was kind of like a miss, but I love this snowman.
The cup, it was blue raspberry. They gave you that little shovel spoon.
It was great.
Remember the spoon?
Yeah, it was great.
You felt like a kid again.
And you need to go to guest relations and tell
Him
them.
and I walked up there at the same time, and we're just like, wait a minute, where is the snow cone? You know, we're so pampered.
And if the grape soda was ice cold, they'd get a little bit of a pass.
It was warm. I just don't understand the reasoning if you go from a snow cone to hot soda. But
I loved the choices too. We did the hot chocolate, and I love eggnog. And you're usually on one side of the fence or the other with eggnog. Either you really love eggnog or you think it's disgusting. We're on the I love it side. So we were all about the eggnog, and I kind of appreciated that it was a cup of about that big, but the eggnog was only about that much in the cup, which I sort of appreciated because I felt like that much of the eggnog was almost too much. It's like too much sweetness, but it was really good eggnog. And the cookies were really good. Yeah. Super
The
yummy.
eggnog was free also, or no?
Yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
they came
we
with
didn't
one.
hit that booth, John. We
No,
missed
just
it.
the hot, this is the hot cocoa, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, eggnog was just another choice, like the grape soda was another choice. So those were my favorite, the cookies and the eggnog and the hot chocolate and all the cookies. Did I mention I loved the cookies?
Wait, quick funny story. I took my mom, who was just a housewife, and I say just a housewife because she's just not very worldly sometimes with her comedy. And I took her to the Magic Kingdom and she got the free hot cocoa and the free cookies. And then the next day we went to the studios. The cookies are much bigger because you're buying them, and the hot cocoa is much bigger. She's just taking. Mom, what are you doing? What? They're free. No. She thought she learned. No.
That was a different party. A different
Try to explain.
part.
No, it's a different ticket. What are you talking about? It's Disney.
No, it's all the same. But you know, if we're talking about food, one new addition, like if you are looking for an actual new meal to try, they have a hot turkey sandwich at Cosmic Rays. And it's like real like Thanksgiving turkey. It's not like, you know, just lunch meat turkey. It actually was very, very good. And it came with, you were there, what did it come on? It had like...
I didn't have time to look at it. You ate it so
It was not.
You were happy with it.
It's like a nice French roll, and it had, you know, lettuce and such on it. But it tasted like a turkey sandwich you'd get from a restaurant. It was good.
Well, somebody slipped and said something that they actually are carving it in the back. And I thought, I didn't,
Yes.
I would have thought it was sliced somewhere They actually were carving the turkey in the back for that scene.
I did not try that. I was too busy stuffing my face with cookies.
And the one thing is that you can only get that turkey sandwich during the Christmas parties. And then I did talk to the one of the cast members that were standing there, and he said that even though the party starts at 7, that if you go up at the registers at Casa Brays, they'll usually like 6:15, 6:20.
And there's only one
they'll get you a sandwich.
of the bays that started early. There's like bay 1, bay 2, bay 3.
Okay.
One of them started the turkey sandwich.
So it's a good sandwich. It's pretty good.
It was confusing with what was party specific and
Yes.
what was not.
Yeah.
Just go to the party.
Go to the
if you can.
party.
And the party is, can we talk about Main Street?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes, please.
That is the quintessential I'm in Christmas. When it snows on Main Street and you look down at the wreaths and the music and the people, I don't care how crowded it is. You don't even need cold weather. I am in Christmas.
I don't know what that is, but you're so right, John, because I remember standing there with our daughter and just doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what's happening? I'm having all the feels right now.
Yep.
What's wrong with me? Is it dusty in here? Like, and just the snow coming down. Like, there's something that makes you feel full of joy.
Yeah.
Like, full of, like, peace and joy. Like, I even know it's not real snow. Why am I having this emotional reaction right now? It's just so pretty. It's so beautiful.
Favorite secret thing, follow the back of the parade. So you're walking down Main Street with Santa, you're following the end of the parade,
Right.
and you're hearing Santa live mics talking to the kids on each side while it's snowing.
You want a full-on,
I
over
remember,
ugly kind of happen, right?
yeah, it's a weird experience. It's almost like an out-of-body Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle!
It is to me.
All right, let's talk about some of the attraction overlays at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Because we did Tomorrowland, we were racing the cars, which was super fun. What did you like overlay-wise during the party?
Okay, I was really happy with Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. It's not my favorite attraction, but I thought for the overlay they're going to put a wreath on the wall, and the actors who are alive are going to just change up their words. I didn't know they were going to re-record Billy Crystal. Roz is going to be in a Christmas sweater
She
saying
has a
holiday
Christmas
things.
sweater. She has a Christmas sweater.
That's awesome.
So I thought the whole show really was changed, and that was, okay, somebody planned this years ago, got stuff together. It wasn't a quickie, it wasn't a quick overlay, so I was happy.
Yay. And fireworks, we have new mini fireworks this year.
Yes, okay, so the mini fireworks, I was a little bit skeptical because when they changed, the Halloween fireworks. I'm one of those Disney people that does not do change
One
well.
of them, I think everyone is that way.
I grow very attached to my favorite things at Disney. And I was wondering how they were gonna take, the Christmas fireworks and turn them into something better than what we previously had. I was pleasantly surprised with the projections and the fireworks, and it's almost like, I don't know if you would call those a 360. It's not like how they do it 4th of July, but they do have, it's a broader.
Yes. Where you can almost see it from any of the lands.
Yes, and the projections are great. The music is beautiful. I did catch myself crying maybe 3 times. And it's really good. I mean, sometimes change is good, and I was very happy with it.
And Tinkerbell does come out.
And Tinkerbell
Oh my
does
goodness.
come out.
I had not seen that in a really long time, and I remember going, what is wrong with me? I'm a grown woman. Why am I reacting this way? Same thing, like with the snow, seeing Tinkerbell still elicits that same
Yes.
childlike reaction
Because
for
it's
me.
exciting.
Do you remember there was a year where a reindeer came out?
No.
It could be my imagination. I will find
Too
out.
much eggnog that response.
Yeah, if anybody can tell me anywhere. I remember it was a reindeer flying, but it could be in my mind. No one is at all looking at me like this.
I know when the show's over, we can, Google it and see if
Somebody
else
back,
Yeah.
just say yes.
It doesn't happen. Somebody message John and say, I've seen your reindeer.
I see a reindeer. I know what you're talking about.
Still, out of the castle, there was a Christmas thing that I could think. I thought a reindeer came out.
Another Christmas miracle, perhaps.
Perhaps.
All right, let's leave Magic Kingdom and head over to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Disney's Animal Kingdom. So give me some Christmas feedback.
The studios?
You can do studios, because nothing changes.
John!
Okay, well, if you have not gone to the studios for Christmas, they do have Jingle Bell, Jingle Bam.
Oh, that is not
No,
nice.
you can't say it like that.
Jingle bells,
Jingle
jingle bam!
All right. I know Mark Daniel would be like that.
Mark
That's my
Daniel,
kid.
that is for him.
I know. Okay, so they do have that again.
I love that.
I do too. And you know, I also like the Sunset Seasons greetings where they have the snow in front of the Tower of Terror, but they have all the projections so the Tower of Terror isn't scary anymore. So it's got like the different scenes, and they have a Frozen one, and then you know they have the ones with the gingerbread all over it, and you actually could sit there in front of it and watch the scenes change.
It is nice to sit there because that's what we'll do. We'll just kind of pop a squat and just relax and watch it. It's a show.
They're also low commitment.
Yes.
You don't have to be there a half hour before.
Right.
If you miss it, it's coming back again.
Yep, it's a loop. So if you, let's say you really wanted to see the Frozen section, but you just missed it, give it 10 minutes, it's going to come back around. Plus you get to see, it snows over there. Plus they have the lasers off of the tower, which creates laser snow. Laser snow is the coolest thing ever.
Laser snow is the coolest thing ever.
And then I like Jingle Bell Jingle Bam because of the I'm not really big on the prep and landing parts, but I do like some of the classic characters up on the screen and the music, and it makes you feel like that Christmassy feeling like when you were a kid.
Yes.
And that feeling is kind of hard to keep sometimes.
It is.
That's what I get from that Main Street part.
Yes, it just makes you feel good. Now I know, I feel like every time I talk about studios for Christmas, I always get feedback of some sort that, yeah, that's great, or this tower is great, but it's no Osborne Lights. You know, it's like one of those things that people are having a real hard time letting that one go. And I think that it's going to be hard, as much work they put into it at the studios as far as the Christmas festivities, I still think people have that spot in their heart for the Osborne Lights.
Yeah, they do.
And I think it's going to be a hard one to replace.
But I feel like, just popping back to Very Merry for a minute, and the mini fireworks, I felt like there was a little bit of that with the projections on the castle. It felt a little Osborne's Lights to me. Osborne Lights, a little.
There's something in there, but nothing's going to replace it.
No, nothing will replace it, but it's, again, goes back to Disney people.
I do have faith that one day they'll top it.
Yeah.
One day we're going to
Because
get something better.
I think that Disney probably understands, like, hey, we're still all a little sad about it, and they are always, I think, thinking about what is going to be the next best thing that we can do, so maybe that something will happen.
The heartbreak over that one. It's so funny because like sometimes I'll even like do a throwback picture on our Instagram or something, and if I put up the Osborne Lights, you can almost hear the wails from everybody. Oh, the Osborne Lights. Why, Disney, why? You know, it physically hurts them because there's so many good memories that go along with it. But I do believe in that regard that studios is trying to give people that same Christmassy, magical feel, even though the lights are gone. And I just think that it's going to take some time. You know, things don't happen overnight. And, you know, Disney people don't like to let go of our favorites. It is what it is. We like what we like, so.
They're going to have to do something eventually.
Yeah. Okay, so
they will.
Animal Kingdom?
Yeah,
so Animal Kingdom, I think they agree. I hope everybody's been there. It used to be there was a tree in the front, and nothing else in Animal Kingdom.
This is the first year that they're really doing
something. Now the whole Animal Kingdom, including Discovery Island, which I think a lot of us don't even consider a land. The way Main Street is a land, we think of Discovery Island as just a way to get to somewhere else. Now with that Merry Menagerie, the animals, you saw them?
Yes.
The kids and adults are going up to these fake animals with the puppeteer in full
like
view.
Interacting.
Interacting, but the music, the live violinist, it really is, and it's, again, Disney. That's uniquely Disney, I think, where nobody else can do that. And then Africa did some sort of an Asian thing. It doesn't scream Christmas to me, but it was their version and it was beautiful. Asia had lanterns. Pandora, I don't think they did enough there to get me there to say, oh, this is Christmas. Like, they put a beard on the mech tech thing. I love Pandora as it is, but
that's Christmassy.
I swear, I thought the mountain.
I just like your impression of it.
I thought the floating mountains were gonna have goblins on them.
Oh, yeah, that would have been pretty. Or bicycle lights hanging off of them.
I thought they were going to
God.
do something with them. I really did. I
That
don't
would have
know
been
why.
fun.
I think they're dipping their toes in the water at Animal Kingdom. I
Yes.
think they're
To
gonna,
see what works. and
yeah, to
what's
see
not.
like how we're responding, like, okay, we're hearing that they want more, and so maybe each year they will, maybe eventually the floating mountains will get garland. I'm gonna guess no.
I don't think they're ever going to do that.
No icicle lights.
No, I'm pretty sure no icicle lights either.
And even Dino Land, they're doing Christmas.
Yes.
So you have a chipmunk dressed as a dinosaur, dressed as a Santa.
Which I love. I think it's
There's like 4 overlays going on.
It's a chipmunk overlay.
It's a chipmunk overlay.
Or, don't forget. I do have a filter that just stopped me.
We are so grateful for that.
Crack yourself up.
All right, so I want to keep on Christmas, but I want to go over to Disney Cruise Line. And because I know that we've all done the Maritime Cruise version and regular Disney cruises, I feel like since we've just recently come off of a Disney cruise, I feel like we have a lot to talk about with Disney Cruise Line.
I love it.
I do too.
And I've been on other cruises, and I know,
We have too.
and I can't handle it anymore. Because if it's not Disney, I am not going.
You can't handle it.
If you want to pay me to go, I'm not going. I just don't want. The Disney cruise is. We're talking about the Maritime cruise, or just in
Just
general?
Disney Cruise in general.
Okay, in general, it's just great. The entertainment,
Yeah.
the
It's Broadway
food.
style. It's Broadway style.
I've seen Beauty and the Beast on Broadway
Yes.
8 times when I lived in New York. So I've seen this show now 3 times on the ship. I believe it is better than the Broadway.
I think it's beautifully done. Beautifully done.
I do.
Yeah.
And I
On
do
the
want to
Dream.
go to
This
the
is
other
on the
ships.
Disney
Yeah,
Dream,
Disney
yeah.
Dream. The food, the entertainment, a lot of times you don't see a lot of kids running around because they're in the kids areas. So yeah, I just love it, all of it. And I still haven't done like all the things that are, the Muppet thing
Yes.
I plan to do with
I know.
Aiden and Andrew never happens for
Yeah.
me. There's just a lot. But and the Christmas too, the theming things, I think they really do. That gingerbread house that's in the atrium
Is
of the Dream is
crazy.
gorgeous.
And it smells, you can smell the gingerbread house before you even see it.
As good, if not better than the Grand Floridian.
Yes.
Agreed, yes. So we wanted to also share an experience that unfortunately both Michelle and my family had on our recent Disney cruises. But we bring this up not to gross anyone out, but to really show how well Disney Cruise Line handles illnesses. Because we just got off a family Disney cruise just about 2 weeks ago, and my little one got sick. We still don't know if it was a bug or seasickness, but I will say that Disney Cruise Line, they were on it. Like, we don't want anything else to happen. Hey, let's work on ginger ale, and I had never heard of cut up. Poor John's like.
I just pictured Chip and Dale arresting Michelle. That's pretty much what happened. No joke. Go ahead, explain.
So I come back and I'm like, this is what's happened, and it's hard because, as you know, if you are going on a Disney cruise, we saved for a really long time, and it was a surprise. I have 2 daughters. It was a surprise to our daughters to go. They had no idea until we pulled up to the port, and unfortunately, the first day, our youngest daughter got sick. And so we spent the first day and a half in the room with the sick baby. I say baby, she's 7, but she's still a baby. But they were just so great and so caring about coming to the room in the middle of the night, because every parent, if you are a parent, knows that sound, and it's the worst sound you can hear in the middle of the night when you're sleeping and you hear the sound and you're like, no. But they were so great, and just even like something I learned. They suggested green apples cut up, which I had never, in my whole parenting or adult life, heard of that as an aid for nausea. So they had set that up to the room. So we get off the cruise, and it's just hard because you're a little disappointed because you've spent all the money, and now I feel like we need a redo. So we come back, I'm sharing my experience with them, and then you all are on the Disney Dream like a week and a half later, and then this one gets sick, and you had a similar but different experience.
Now, in fairness, she wasn't feeling good the week before she went. I think her system was slightly down, and whatever was going to happen, happened, and I didn't quite get it.
What?
didn't get sick.
No,
Didn't get sick.
No. I had been battling a cold for like 4 months, and I'd been run down, but I was handling it. I thought it was over. And then the second night of our trip, we went to dinner. We went to see Beauty and the Beast. And during Beauty and the Beast, I could feel something not right at all.
Worst.
It was the worst. I thought I had too much ice cream or too much dairy, or I don't know. I was making up excuses in my head because I was not allowed myself to think what it could be.
Maybe it was the 87 ice cream cones.
Maybe it was the ice cream. That was what it is. But by the time we got up and out of the show, like panic had set in, and I was making a mad dash back to my room because I felt as if something is not going to go well if I don't get to the room. And lo and behold, I was very, very, very sick. I was telling my husband I have not been that sick in probably 8 years, 7 years. I don't remember the last time I was that sick. It was terrible. And I was up all night long, and then I thought, okay, well, I'm going to do like the home remedies, the crackers and the ginger ale and all those things, because I didn't want to go to the doctor because I just didn't want to. I thought I'll be better by morning. Well, I was not better by morning, and I did go to the doctor's. So what is a good thing to know is on the first floor of the ship, they actually have a doctor's office. It's just like you would see if you go to your regular doctor. They have the examination rooms and all the equipment on the walls, and they have medicines, and they have all these different things to take care of you. So in case something does happen on board, a lot of people worry and want to know, if I get sick out at sea, is there going to be somebody there to take care of me?
They are prepared. I mean,
They
thermometers,
are
we needed a
prepared.
thermometer, we needed
Yeah.
medicine, they had everything.
They
when we
checked
got
my
sick.
vitals, they checked everything that they would normally check at a doctor's office. They ended up giving me a shot, which was fun. But she said it would work faster with the sickness. But then when all that was over, she said that they were going to quarantine me. And I didn't know what that meant, and I cried because I was tired. And I said, well, where are you going to quarantine me? Like, I thought I was going to have to
Is
stay
it
at
a
the bottom
holding
of the
cell?
boat. Like, I really did not. Like, where, like, let me out. Where are you going to put me? And then she was like, no, you can go to your room, but you got to stay there. So I was like, okay, I can handle that. But truthfully, at the time, I wouldn't have wanted to leave anyway. So I was in my room for pretty much 2 days straight. And even the day we went to Castaway Cay, we were in, at the port, and I could see the beach and all the people walking, and I'm looking out the window, can't do anything. But when you are that sick, Disney Cruise, not just for yourself, but you do have to rest. But Disney Cruise has to make sure that whatever sickness is going on, it is quarantined, because it's like when you fly an airplane, like that's such a small, quarters. And Disney's really good. If you haven't been on a cruise ship yet, every time you go into a dining room, they give you stuff to wash your hands.
Yes,
they're
great about that.
very clean, and so I understood why they made me stay in my room.
Now imagine I'm calling Scott and I'm looking for my friend, and they tell me she's quarantined. And I'm like, stop. No, she's quarantined to her room. Stop it. Where's Michele? No, she's quarantined. I'm like, at least there's room service. Did you do that?
Yeah.
Are they allowed to come in?
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was the boy in the bubble. The boy in the bubble.
He's so funny. He's like, I'm looking for my friend, and she's quarantined.
It was scary, and I thought it was a joke. I was like, she can't come out till tomorrow at 5?
Sorry, John. Michele can't come out.
And what's the penalty if she does come out? Like, does Mickey? No, you get back here.
I wondered that too. How do they know if the door creaks open and you go to look? Is somebody going to be like, you get back in your room?
But that is a good thing about room service. Like,
They do.
I think you kind of don't think about room service when you're on a Disney cruise, because you're eating 87 ice cream cones a day, which is what we do.
But when you are quarantined, you
Right.
get a special little menu. So normally, if you want to get a Powerade or like a can of soda or whatever, that will charge you. But if you are under quarantine, you get free Powerade and free ginger ale. I asked them to make me some applesauce because it was on the okay list, just to try to get something in my stomach because I hadn't eaten.
Yeah.
It was the best applesauce I think I've ever had. And so Scott was like, is it really the best applesauce you ever had? Or is it because you haven't eaten in 2 days? And I'm like, it was the best applesauce I've ever had. And so I would call them, I'm like, I need a Powerade, a ginger ale, and a banana. And they still bring you the whole fancy tray with
Yes.
just a banana on it. And they
So
were
the next time I ask for like a Gatorade, like it's $2, I'll be like, I think I'm unplugged.
That's supposed to be free.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I'm
Isn't it?
sick. I'm
banana?
sick. My power rate should be free. Hey, every little bit helps. But it was nice. And then like my last day of quarantine, like I didn't know if there's certain things that they can give you, but I asked for like dry toast and cereal and something. And
Oh,
yeah,
delicious.
they brought me all this bland stuff. So, and it was for your own good. You know,
And
they
you
don't.
get to watch Disney movies
I
all day
did.
long. Like the movie selection in the Disney cruise on
Yes.
television is like, it's good. It's not like you're just stuck watching like, People's Court reruns. You're watching really good Disney movies.
Yeah, and I found out that on the because we just got off the Christmas cruise, they actually had Tim Allen's Santa Claus movie was one of them, and even Elf was on there for a Christmas movie, and I think White Christmas was the other one. So it did have a couple of Christmas movies that you could watch.
And just a shout out to the showers on the Disney Dream. The water pressure is like better than home.
It really is good. I don't know what
I
that
couldn't
is.
believe I was enjoying a shower, and I didn't come out square. It was big enough. It was good. It was a good thing. I was looking forward to the showers on the ship. It's so weird.
It's so funny.
The only thing it's funny you say that because like I don't know about you guys, but when I'm sick and my body aches, I want to sit in a bathtub just to try to get the aches off. Well, the bathtubs are small.
They are.
And so I filled it up with water and I sat there and I felt like I was sitting in a cube. I mean,
Oh, you have room for 8 ounces of water.
I know. I'm like,
Because I
oh my
think most
God.
people aren't probably in a bath on a cruise. Like you're not thinking I want to go on a
But
cruise.
you know,
to the bath.
desperate times,
You're right.
desperate
You're right.
measures.
And why do we slip on the floor at home, but whatever they make that floor out of on
You
the
don't
ship?
slip.
Oh, it
Because
grips
it's
it.
Disney.
The best. You can't fall.
Yeah, you're right, not slipping.
You are
I want
not
that
slipping.
material at home.
So yeah, you just do what you gotta do to make it work, and even if it's a tiny bathtub. But I'll tell you why I did sit there with my knees under my chin. My back did feel better for a few. But it's just one of those things that you don't know.
But when we did see Michele finally, it was like, they let her out. Oh, she's here. Really, that's her?
Yeah, we had the night before we left, we had a farewell reception with our media group. And when I walked into that room, because I hadn't seen anybody for 2 days, they all gave me the funniest look. They're like, like
She lives.
there she is. Some of them did this just to tease me. Being sick.
But they take it seriously because they, the staff, they don't want other passengers to
No.
be sick. And I kind of appreciated that when my daughter got sick, we did get a note each night, like a little envelope note from a cast member that said, hey, before she can go back into the kids club, she has to be cleared by the doctors. She had not registered for kids club because she loves the pool so much that she wants to do nothing else other than be in the pool. So she was never in the kids club, and we probably wouldn't have sent her anyway because we just don't, we're just of that mindset that we want to keep them, away from getting anyone else sick. But I appreciated that because that made me feel better about enrolling my child in the kids club because they're taking so much caution for the other kids and other passengers so that no one else is getting sick. So I kind of liked that.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now?
I'm doing okay. It's a little. It takes a lot out of you, like
It does.
like literally.
It does. It
To
does.
be that sick, and I feel like it's not going to deter me, of course, from
No.
going on others. It was one of those things that just happened. My problem at that time was because we were on a media trip. And I go into work mode, and I felt like there were so many things that I was missing out on because I was sick. And you to put a workaholic in a room and say you can't leave, it's like what? But it was for my own good.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yes.
and you saw my face when I walked out of the room. That when I finally came out, I still didn't look good.
You
I was
could
kind of
tell
like.
that you had just recovered, yeah.
Yeah.
You could tell you were tired.
Everybody kept saying, "You look so tired. You look so drained." It was hard.
Like I am.
I am drained. But I did talk to our media reps, and she's like, this stuff happens.
Yes.
You can't.
And plan for that.
For those wondering, because some people will come to me and they'll say, John, you posted and you wrote hosted. I am booking my next one. I've already paid for a few myself.
Yeah.
I am booking my next one where I'm paying top full dollar. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is with these cruises. I love them.
Yes, we
Now
do.
SpanTravel.com if you're going to book a cruise. They do give you the best deal. It's not my travel.
All right, before we get to questions and answers, Q&A, Frozen 2 just recently came out, and 2 of the 3 of us have seen it because you were sick. So I wanted to see what you thought about it.
I honestly loved it. I did. But I'm not going to give spoilers. I am
Yes,
so,
no, this is a
I am
spoiler-free zone.
so confused. I feel like story, which is their strong point. I got it, but it was a little incoherent.
Really? I didn't feel that way.
You talk to me later, and I guarantee you, I will have you going, I never thought, wow, you're right, I think. Because there's a lot there that didn't click for me.
So I took my 7-year-old, the 2 of us, when we had like a little mommy-daughter night. We loved it. I will say as a parent, if you have younger ones, it is a little darker than the last one. The girls are older, so this is, years later. So the girls have obviously grown up, so they're more mature, they're older. So I think that storyline has definitely changed. But we loved the music. I thought the music was great. We loved the costumes. It was so fun seeing them in so many different outfits. I felt like it was an award show, and they kept doing outfit, like costume changes, which I was all about. The only one teeny little, I was like, Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us, who I love, I'm just a big fan of his. He is a voice. He has character in the movie. I wish they would have let him sing. I don't even know if he can sing in real life.
I think he
Can, I think,
Okay.
yes, I believe.
That's what
I knew the
thought.
sing halfway through, and I'm like,
And I thought I heard that he was supposed to sing, but maybe they cut it, or he did sing and they cut it, and I don't know if that's true or not. But I love him, and I think he's really funny, so I would have liked a song from him. But yeah.
Going back to costumes and
Yes.
speaking about spoilers, if you go to the summer house in Epcot
Yes.
and see Anna and Elsa, you will get spoiled and know something very big about the movie based on their costumes.
I totally disagree with that. I didn't feel that way. I know that's what a lot of people are talking about, but I saw the movie and I saw the costumes, and I don't know if I'm just not Disney
You
smart
would
enough.
question Anna's
No.
accessory?
No, because I just don't. To me, it
I know
didn't
what you're
register.
talking about.
And I know a lot of people.
Maybe it won't register.
It didn't. And I saw
If
the
I was a
movie.
kid, I would be like, why does she have that?
I don't think so. I think we're
Okay,
more
very possible.
cynical and more like, questioning that.
Could
I don't
be.
know. Maybe you might be right. There might be kids who question that. But I did hear kind of rumblings of that, and I just didn't feel it with it. Maybe like.
And I want to know if a kid asks that, what would her response have to be? Oh, you'll have to see the movie to find out. I don't know. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
If you don't want to spoil anything, go see the movie as quick as you can.
Yeah, before you go to that. So we have time for a couple of questions. If we have time for a couple of questions?
Just raise your hand. So anyone
have
any
one.
questions?
Awesome. Yay.
He's taking the long way.
He's taking the long way around.
Very professional. Chris Vanis.
Hello, Chris. What
Hello,
is your
Chris.
question?
Okay, so I gotta ask each and every one of you, what is your most anticipated thing about the Epcot renovations?
Mary Poppins. That is fun.
Okay.
Hands down.
Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm looking forward to that one, but I am looking forward to Mary Poppins as well.
Okay, the first thing that came to my mind was that double, triple decker thing that's in the middle that's not an attraction per se.
Right.
That I can't wait to see what that is and what it looks like and explore it.
And I do believe, don't quote me, but I do believe that when we have our next media event for Rise of the Resistance next week, we are going to learn more about what's coming to Epcot. It was on the sheet. So hopefully we will be able to give you guys more information in the next week or two. Because I know that when they, like if you go see the, at the Odyssey Pavilion at Epcot, it just shows you what's coming,
Yes.
what themes, but it doesn't give you enough information like with the Ratatouille ride or with, Mary
Yeah, it's
Poppins.
generic.
It doesn't, it says, here's your theme, but it doesn't tell you anything else. So I'm hoping that they're gonna tell us even more and get us more excited about it. That's my hope, so.
Okay. Any more questions before we? Okay. We have time for one more. All right, we have time for 2 more.
2 more. It's not a 2 more.
Hello, my name's Danielle. I just had a question for future reference. When you went to the doctor on the cruise, is that included or is that an extra cost on the Disney cruise?
It is an extra cost.
Danielle's asking if there is an extra cost when you
Yes.
go to a doctor on a Disney cruise, and yes.
Do not plan on getting sick on your cruise.
No, but you know, it's not, if you are stuck in the ocean like that and you are feeling that horrible, it's not that much of a fee to where, I was to the point that I didn't care what they had to do. I
You're
just
like,
needed to feel
take
better.
all of it.
I'm like,
Take
I
all
don't
of it.
need extra souvenirs. I don't need anything. I just need to feel better. But they don't, I will say they don't price gouge you. It's
Yeah.
not like going to the ER at the hospital. It doesn't, they don't do that.
They do have a set fee for
Yes.
business hours,
Yeah.
and then there is a different fee for after hours. So that's the only price difference.
And
I
it's
would
not
say.
terrible. And hopefully you won't ever need to use it.
Yeah.
I hope I never need to use it again. Lesson learned there.
All right, we have time for one more question. Yes.
She's excited like.
She's so happy she has the mic.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. What is your question?
My question is, which ship is your favorite?
Which
Of
ship
of
of
the
all?
Disney ships, which is your favorite?
The Wish. Just kidding. It's not.
But it's gonna be.
It's gonna be out.
I like the Magic, and it is the oldest ship.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
smaller
old
one,
school,
too.
but it's smaller, and I kind of like it.
And I like it because it has a Tangled dining experience on
Yes.
it. And it was my favorite dinner ever, and I wanted to take every piece of dishes and furniture and napkin rings and candle holders all home with me. But you can't do that. But it was the best themed restaurant I have ever been to. And I also like the shows on that boat as well.
I've only been on the Wonder and the Dream, so I have to say the Dream. I do like the bigger ship, but the Cove Cafe coffee shop is my favorite spot on it. So good.
I would say the Dream. I've been on a couple on it. I do like Magic, but I would say Dream.
Have you done fantasy?
Yeah, I did Fantasy.
Is this the same thing as the Dream?
I feel like it's very similar.
I was going to say, it's supposed to be the sister ship, so they're
Yeah.
supposed to be very,
I'm
very
wondering if I
similar.
should try to go on fantasy next time.
It's only going to be like a little tweak off from the Dream, from what I understand.
Okay. Isn't Tangled on the fantasy?
Tangled's on the Magic.
The show?
No,
Oh. What's on the fantasy?
I don't know.
I gotta find out.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. You can follow all the socials right here on the screen. We will also post our next month's show, which hopefully you will come and hang out with us live if you live in Central Florida. We would love to see you. Follow the socials. Have a happy Thanksgiving!
Happy Thanksgiving!
Thank you, everyone.